I hate politics, but I love principles. Politics is a dirty, rotten, filthy business, and I hate it. But I love guiding principles, and that's why I engage. I love the principles of liberty. That's why I love our history, the Founding Fathers, and the Constitution. Now, early in 2008, as I had already been volunteering for a few years for the National Center for Constitutional Studies, we started noticing an increase in requests for the Making of America seminars. And as we traveled to seminars, you could feel a sense that something was brewing in America. Little did we know it would be tea. Sure enough, in 2009, the Tea Party movement flooded the nation with a new awakening of liberty. People felt that something was wrong in the land of the free. The people turned to the Constitution and the Founding Fathers for answers. Thomas Jefferson said, enlighten the people, and tyranny and oppression will vanish like evil spirits at the dawn of day." As we traveled the nation teaching the Constitution, it was exciting to see you, the American people, inherently understand this truth, that to stamp out tyranny, we must learn and understand the principles of liberty. We inherently knew that if our nation wants freedom, peace, and prosperity, we must live, learn, and teach the principles of liberty. Principles that are at the heart of the miracle we call America. In 1607 in Jamestown, they were using a stick plow, the same way mankind had been plowing their fields for about 5,000 years. Their mode of travel was walking and animal power, about the same way that mankind had been traveling for about 5,000 years. Their medicines were made up more of noxious concoctions and superstition than any kind of science. They thought alcohol was a staple food. Some still think that, right? By adhering to the principles in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, we went from ox cart to space travel in less than 200 years. In fact, you could say that we've made a 5,000-year leap. Now, many of you have read the book, The 5,000-Year Leap. That NCCS book sold almost 1 million copies in 2009 and 2010, a slight increase from the 60,000 copies sold the previous 30 years. This great awakening in the people indicated that they were yearning to understand and learn the 28 fundamental principles of liberty. And they learned that when you free the mind of man, it results in a miracle that has changed the world. Today we call this miracle the American dream. It's a dream that, with freedom, we can be and do whatever we set our minds to. We've been taught about this all our lives by teachers, family, even pop culture has taught us about the American dream. A quote from an unlikely source: "I am the American dream. I'm the epitome of what the American dream basically said. It said that you could come from anywhere and be anything you want in this country. That's exactly what I've done." That's not from George Washington or Thomas Jefferson or even Ronald Reagan. That's Whoopi Goldberg. Isn't Whoopi going to be surprised when she hears that she was quoted at a Tea Party event? But she's right. That's what the American dream's all about. But I have come to realize that the American dream will not be accomplished by restoring or returning back to what the founders had. They had the tyranny of a king and the oppression of Parliament. We don't want to return back to what they had. We want to build upon what they created. Thomas Jefferson said, "I like the dreams of the future better than the history of the past." They laid the foundation, but then the next generation built upon it, and the next, until their foundation gave rise to the light of liberty. This could never have happened without an enlightened and educated people. But are we educated enough to keep and maintain the light of liberty today? Perhaps not. But is the solution to take freedom from us? Again, Jefferson said, "I know no safe depository of the ultimate powers of society but the people themselves. And if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise their control with a wholesome discretion, the remedy is not to take it from them, but to inform their discretion by education. This is the true corrective of abuses of constitutional power." Politicians, issues, amendments, these alone are not solutions. The true corrective of constitutional abuse is education. Education on the guiding principles of liberty. The founders didn't live in the past. They didn't even dwell in their present. They looked to the future greatness of all mankind, a greatness that comes by liberty and virtue, not by bondage and coercion. We too must learn these timeless principles of liberty, look to our future, and reach for what mankind may become, and pursue your American dream. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen,